My name is Tatenda Dzinomwa. This is a Masters in Management, Commercialization of Intellectual Property. We'll be looking at the importance of IP strategy, the steps involved in implementing, as well as the registration process in Namibia. First of all, what is IP? IP is the intellectual property. It's the creation of the mind of a product or process or a technical solution that must be publicized and disclosed to the public, and it can be protected so as to realize commercial gains from it. We then try to commercialize these IPs by protecting them in the form of patents, trademarks, industrial designs, trade secrets, and copyrights. The ultimate goal or the importance of IP strategy is to ultimately position one's IP in a way that it increases profits, reduces costs, it protects the research and development that has gone into the creation, prevents competitors from being able to imitate your IP. It also enhances the value and positions yourself in a better position in terms of your balance sheet, as it is an intangible asset that can ultimately be of economic value and attract venture capitalists, as it is an attractive aspect to have from a business perspective. When it comes to successfully implementing IP strategy, we need to look at the steps, and the steps involve to observe, orient, decide, and act. The first step, to observe, has us looking at the current situation. What is the reason we want to change, and how bad is it? We then look to orient, and when we orient, we are looking at the current situation relative to where we want to go. How far is the destination? We then look to deciding. What is the path, and where are you going to take it? How are we going to handle the challenges and setbacks? We then move to the action part, to act. What's the appropriate approach, and what methods will we take to implement these decisions? What's the plan of action ultimately? To look at the 4 steps in more detail, externally, when you observe, you need to use surveillance, and internally, we need to monitor performance. When it comes to orienting, we need to disseminate information and analyze. At the deciding phase, we need to look at what sort of strategy are we going to adopt. Are we going to take a corporate, a business, or are we going to implement an IP strategy? At the acting phase, are we going to leverage? How are we going to fund? Are we going to protect our IP? Those are the type of decisions we need to be looking at the acting phase. So this is ultimately the 4 steps in a little more detail. Moving on. We talk about IP in Namibia. We talk about successfully registering patents. We talk about trademarks. You talk about industrial designs. We talk about copyrights. Now, the institution to deal with is BIPA. Ultimately, you can also register regionally through ARIPO or WIPO. This will, with the ARIPO, you will be given protection in 19 countries. We look at Lesotho, Swaziland, Tanzania, Malawi, Namibia, and Zimbabwe, just to name a few. When registering a trademark, you'll register at BIPA. To register a trademark, we're looking at a logo, a word, or a figurative element. These are usually registered separately for you to have exclusive rights to each item, and you need to register it and use it as it has been configured and filed. Patent registration in Namibia, the invention needs to be new and original. You cannot register if something of a similar sort has already been registered before. When you're registering, you need to administer it through the Hague Agreement, via WIPO or the Harare Protocol. Thank you. My name is Tatenda Dzinomwa. I hope you learned more about IP, the implementation, its registration, and the importance. Thank you.